Campers, my name is Tim Cusick and I'm the head coach at Velocious Cycling Adventures. Thank you everyone for responding to last week's email where I sent out the information guide for the upcoming Boulder cycling climbing camp. I got a couple of questions. A lot of times when I get common questions, I like to do just a quick desktop video and explain things to everybody. The first question, and we always get this question, right? Am I going to be fit enough? I don't know, I'm going, it's a lot of climbing. Yes, you will be fit enough. You will be fine. We have 3 coaches on the road, plus SAG support every day. We'll end up being on the climbs 2 to 3 different groups, and you will find your pacing. Just to give everybody some insight, I think the groups will range between 4.0 watts per kilogram in climbs to maybe 2.0 watts per kilograms per climb. So the reality is there's a good range, and you'll be in those ranges. You'll find a spot to climb, and you won't get lost if you're climbing on your own a little bit. We kind of start off on the bottom together, and we get to the top. We gather at the top of the bigger climbs. Some of the climbs here will take you as long as an hour, so you're going to be there for a while. Don't overthink it. Just come, have fun, no stress. And always remember, it's not a race. Which is funny because I'll be the guy racing. No, just make sure you go. We're going to be learning and teaching. We'll talk a lot about pacing and how to improve your climbing and how do you train your climbing. So a lot of the focus will be on improving your ability to climb, not just climbing in a way that everybody's cross-eyed and can't think. Second, lots of questions about elevation. Yes, elevation will affect you. You are at higher altitudes. It does have an effect. I will tell you right now, because it's part of the fitness concern, I think everybody signed up for this camp comes from general sea level. So we all should be affected the same, including myself. We all should be affected the same. We will give you advice there on how to deal with that, some ways you want to change your pacing and approach. One of the things you'll find quite interesting is we'll be climbing from around 5,000 feet up to at times above 10,000 feet. And that requires not only a general understanding of how that elevation is going to affect you, but also thinking through how to pace that. But we'll be teaching that while we're there. People ask, how do I prepare for it? It's very simple, right? One of the things, the constant mistake that elevation can really have a negative impact on camp attendees is you need to eat more and drink more. You will dehydrate easier. It's also very dry out there. You will dehydrate easier and you need more food. You burn more calories up there. Again, we'll get into that in more detail, but just be mentally prepared for that. And you need to adjust your pacing. For those people that are good pacing, steady state climbers, you'll thrive a little bit better than those that like to punch, points over threshold, go anaerobic for a little while. The altitude or elevation has no effect when you're actually anaerobic, because that is producing energy in the absence of oxygen. But your recovery will be dramatically slowed when you go back to being aerobic. So we'll talk about that all in the pacing. Don't stress it. It's all going to be pretty much an equal effect on everybody. And we'll talk about some of the effects of training, and some of the new learning that's going on, that it's not just sleep high, train low. There are some advantages for train high, but we'll get into that in the camp. Lots of questions about bike prep. Look, it's pretty simple. Just service your bike before you pack it. Bring everything in pretty good shape, and I think you'll be fine. We do have the ability, though, that House of Spin, our partner and sponsor, Jeff, they're a great mechanic group. I service and will be fully servicing my bike. At least it gets done once a year this way. There in advance of the camp. We can schedule a service in the afternoon for you to get your bike totally overhauled. Just email me if you're interested and I can get you set up with Jeff. Lots of questions, those about wheels and tires, right? I would suggest lightweight over aerodynamics. We're not really in the flats that much at all. Lightweight climbing wheels that descend well are probably the better advantage here. But again, I wouldn't overthink it. Ride the wheels you have and that you're comfortable and used to doing. I ride some Envies, so I have 3.4s. They're plenty light for me. There's lighter ones out there, but they work as a good blend, whatever works for you. Tires, unlike some of our winter camps, the roads here are pretty solid. I wouldn't worry about winter tires or heavy tires, but I would also not go to ultra low resistance, lightweight tires. So to me, things like the Conti 4000, which is, fast and a pretty quick tire, but also has some durability to it. The new Pirelli Zeros are nice. The new Clemente LCVs, those kind of mid-weight racers that have a little more durability. I always recommend this, and then people always do it. I would not recommend some of the new Corsicas, the Vittora Corsicas, or the Specialized Turbo Cottons. They are lower rolling resistance. There hasn't been a camp. I tell people not to bring them every year at camps. Every camp now, when you have them, we end up changing flats. They are a little softer. They are more prone to flats, which is no big deal. Look, it is what it is. We'll change your flat. We'll get you rolling. But it just kills time on the road and stuff like that. So that's my thoughts on tires. Ride what you're comfortable with and what gives you the best feel. Final question I got a lot about, is there airport transfer? Yes, and you could look this up, RTD Denver to Boulder, airport transfer. It's really only $9. You want the AB route selection, you could do it online. You could actually just get on the bus and pay. So it's $9. There's a kiosk right there, or you could pay cash on the bus. They will not give change. So if you have, it'll cost you $10 probably, unless you have 9. So you can do that. Or you could pay by credit card at the kiosk, or you could book in advance by simply going to their website, which is the RTD website. Just Google it, you'll find it. Takes a little under an hour. It's $9. It puts you right in downtown Boulder. Easy transportation right from there. Usually is a pretty good solution. Again, email me if you have further questions. We'll help you get started. That's pretty much it today. Thanks for the response. Any other questions, keep them coming. I will probably put out 1 or 2 more communications just to make sure everybody's ready for camp. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.